What's good, everybody? It's Hamza, and today, guys, I am coming to you with a brand new video. This time, it's going to be a little bit of a reaction video, guys. Some pretty massive news has been announced by Konami. You guys can see here, I got a mega capital G video in front of me. Shout out to Capital G. I've been watching his videos for a super long time. I'm going to leave a link to the original video down below if you guys want to go ahead, leave a like on his video, comment that I sent you, things of that nature, guys. But again, we have been getting spoiled with news recently, especially with all these other new cards. If you guys want my reaction to the new cards, just let me know, like shoot me a message, whatever. But again, like I said before, guys, I'm on my content grind. I'm gonna be absolutely stupid consistent. But without further ado, guys, let me put these headphones on real quick. I just realized they are not on. Let me put this shit on and let's go ahead and get into it. Again, guys, like I said before, big news in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. But we will go ahead and play it.
An unplanned video, which we do capital G here, completely unscripted and unplanned video, which actually means for the first time in a very long time, I'm talking years, I'm gonna drop 2 videos in a single day.
Oh,
but,
damn.
Yeah, as I said, this video was something
kind of interesting trending.
I
Okay,
did not see
whatever.
myself making because
Honestly, I don't think a lot of people actually saw them like even coming out with something like this. Like, when was the last time Konami literally told us, like, oh, by the way, like, here's coming a Banlist? Because OCG does that. Like, they have the plan dates. And I'll go into that a little bit later, but OCG does that. I think Master Duel will occasionally do it. And Duel Links also, right? So it's pretty interesting. Like, Speed Duels did their shit, but whatever.
I don't think anyone had this on their bingo card. I don't think anyone expected this, and it is definitely a nice and refreshing surprise.
Yeah,
Konami TCG actually talking about the forbidden and limited list in advance. You guys know when it comes to communication, at least from TCG Konami's side, they're pretty bad about it.
Yeah.
They don't really talk about the ban list. We as Yugitubers pretty much just have to guess when our videos are going to be dropping, or we generally have no idea because Konami can drop the TCG ban list in the dead of night. They can drop it early morning. They can drop it in the middle of the day. And obviously, when you have TCG Yugitubers who live in Europe, when you got some of us who live in North America, we live in crazy time zones. They're far different. So, you know, it's just
This is one thing I'll speak to. Like, no, I'm not on the same scale as like these other guys with thousands and thousands of subscribers. But for me personally, like when I'm trying to grind for a content or a video, it happened a couple years ago. I remember my brother sat down and he was like, yo, let's get this video together. Like, it's a crazy thunder list. Like, I know it's going to slap. And literally the day of us recording the video, we had it scheduled and everything. The ban list dropped and banned Snow. So all of a sudden, just like hours of work just went to waste. It does suck. I wish that they would tell us like maybe a month or some shit, bro. Like, give us some sort of freaking heads up. But they did a great job, so shout out to Konami on that one.
Really difficult to plan for these things. And then the OCG, it's the exact opposite. They have set dates of January 1, April 1, July 1, and November 1. So players, or excuse me, not November, October 1. So players know exactly when the ban lists are going into effect. And they usually give advance notice where they'll say, hey, we're having a live stream on this date. We're going to announce the forbidden limited list. Or, you know, we're going to update the website at this date. And it's just rough being a TCG player, because we don't have that type of communication. Konami really doesn't give us advance notice. Even in Master Duel and in Duel Links, Konami will, you know, update the ban list and they'll talk about why they did it. And we don't even get that in the TCG, but hopefully.
Yeah, so that's one thing as well. I know I keep pausing the video. I just want to give my 2 cents on the video. But basically, guys, it's true. Duel Links will be like, yeah, by the way, freaking Gateway of the Six Samurai went to 1 because people have been abusing it too much in the high ranks, so now we want to lower, blah, blah, whatever. Like, that's the shit that we want. Not even like a whole sentence. We want like Nightmare Goblin is banned. Why is Nightmare Goblin banned? Because of this. Multi-Faker back to 3. Like, with that really shitty Multi-Faker Unicorn list. Unicorn is back to 3. Let me know why. Like, give me a reason. Yes, I know, like, okay, yeah, obviously, like, they weren't doing anything. But at the same time, you can just tell us why it's at 3. So you know, like, okay, Ritual Beast Ulti Hawk is back because we want Ritual Beast players to start playing Ritual Beast more. And they have a lot more support. But whatever. Just tell us, because you guys doing it, it's kind of up in the air. Like, we just want to feel connected and we want to feel heard, right? That's why people are going on rants, things of that nature.
This is going to be a change for the future, because I think that communication is just good for the players, it's good for the company, it's good for everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read this tweet verbatim. And look, if I just go to Dueling Book, excuse that, because you know I didn't have any footage planned for this video, because obviously I didn't know I was gonna make this video this morning. But
okay,
you
little grinder. Okay,
anyways, this is from the official.
That's why I messed with Cap G, man. He's out here. He's out here for real.
Give or take followers, so it's the real deal.
Legit,
it says, and I quote, "The next Forbidden and Limited List updates will be coming in late August, so we can see the impact of the Infinite Forbidden on the game before making any changes. We're excited to see everyone's deck building creativity on display once info is released. Hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, and then you have the Yu-Gi-Oh logo, and it's just kind of like alerts, or you know, etc., etc. So this is pretty self-explanatory.
They shared on the blue eyes Duel Link. I love that little blue eyes little shithead. I love it.
For anyone expecting that the NAWCQ or the European Championship was going to be played under a different ban list, that is not going to happen for one. And it also means that, and look, this is just me doing a little bit of predicting here and a little bit of speculation. If you are going to one of the next YCSs that are going to be occurring, because I know that there's 2 European YCSs.
Nice. Interesting.
I know that we have 2 European YCSs, one in France and another in Italia, I think. I'm not exactly sure when the dates are, but I do know.
Also, speaking of YCS, October 12th, October 13th, I'm going to try my hardest to go to this YCS. It will be my first YCS, and I will win it.
that this YCS they just announced a couple of days ago in Sacramento, California, this probably is going to be played under the current format. So if you're thinking, okay, Cap, this event is like 5 weeks out, I don't know if I should.
Depends what late August is, right?
These
depends.
high rarity Snake Eye cards or these high rarity Sinful Spoils cards, you probably can, like, you probably will get a chance to play them. I know that this is like the 17th and 18th. I wouldn't consider that late August, quote unquote. I'd probably consider that mid August. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the last event for this format. And I would probably say, like, it never really made sense that players thought, you know, maybe that they were going to have the NAWCQ and then Euros was going to be played under a different format. So Konami kind of put themselves in a corner as far as like when they could actually drop a new ban list. They would have had to do it either like right now, this week, where they could look at players for NAWCQ and they could say, hey guys, you guys got a full week to change your decks and prepare, or they basically had to wait until all these events took place, or at least until national season was over, because you can't have the NAWCQ, then drop a ban list, and then have European Championship under a different format. Like, what type of nonsense would that?
That's bullshit,
in my opinion. So I definitely like that they're giving us a time range, even if it's not an exact date. And I also like the fact that they're giving us the parameters that are going to affect the ban list. Now, I do think, or at least I would like to think, that Konami at least has some idea of what changes they want to make. Because even though Infinite Forbidden is going to be a meta-changing set, because you've got Machumi in there, and you have the Fiendsmith, you have other stuff like Dominus Purge, but those are like the main two factors that are going to significantly change.
Dominus Purge? I know, I keep pausing. Dominus Purge is literally like an ultimate freaking finisher. Like, imagine you're watching anime and he goes, Dominus. Anyways, I just made myself cringe, but you know what I mean, right? Like, it's cool. And he is right that for sure at the back of their mind, the fact that Konami is releasing this statement, they know that their player base is not happy, right? It's clear. People are complaining. I don't know if I should go to Nats. I don't know if I want to go to Nats, because what if there isn't a ban list? And to what Cap G said, he is absolutely right. It doesn't make sense for them to have two different formats, because like, what the hell? So in my opinion as well, I do believe that they said late August. I'm hoping that it's pre that YCS, so like we can see kind of a new format. But again, to each their own. I do feel like September is kind of the start of the new format. And anything else in between is like when the tins come out, and you're in that weird gray area where like it doesn't count. But I can't see a list for sure. And yeah, info for sure. Like they know that like Beatrice, that bitch needs to get banned.
Format. I probably think that hitting stuff from info is too early. That would leave cards like the Snake Eye cards, the original or the Sinful Spoils cards, other things like the generic extra deck monsters. You basically see in every combo deck, where you see in a lot of inboards, cards like Appaloosa, Boa the Goddess, cards like IP Masquerena, and then ones that could just generally be problematic that are going to be a lot easier to summon. And you guys know I'm talking about Beatrice, the Eternal Lady. So ban her. Is like thinking, okay, we're gonna see how impact or info affects the game. You gotta at least have, you know, some Snake Eye cards, some Sinful Spoils cards, some extra deck cards on your radar, right, Konami? Because I mean, this is the company that just banned Baron DeFleur. They just banned Savage Dragon for being these generic extra deck.
And they banned Link Freebo. Free the boy.
And I know that like Appaloosa is not a quote unquote Omni-negate, but aren't you at least sick of, like, just be real, person watching this video, aren't you sick of seeing Appaloosa
That's me
on the end of every single combo?
Yes, you know? And that is the issue, Mr. Capital G. That is the issue that he just said here. If you think that Appaloosa does not need to be banned, you are blind. It's very similar to back when Abyss Dweller, and everybody was like, yo, I can't play because everyone's freaking summoning Abyss Dweller on me. It's the exact same shit. Appaloosa needs to get banned because I'm sick of it seeing on every end board, to the point where it's like, yeah, I can make a 3-man Appaloosa. And Fiendsmith makes it worse, man. Fiendsmith makes everybody end on Appaloosa. If Snake Eye did their little bullshit, whatever they want to do, whatever, and they summon their end board, and their end board is not freaking Appaloosa, and it's like IP Masquerade, or even IP needs to get banned. But if those, like, bro, people don't have an issue right now. It's the end boards. Like, I'm playing against a Snake Eye deck who's putting up Appaloosa, IP, SP, whatever. And I'm annoyed. Yeah, Promethean Princess pops one card. I can play through it. If my deck can't play through one freaking Offerings to the Doomed, my deck is shit. But that's beyond the point.
Making it so, well, oh, you don't have Imperm, you don't have Dark Ruler no more. Okay,
yeah.
Have fun getting 3 of your cards negated. And if you try to attack her, I'll use World Sea to blow your stuff up. Or have Nightmare or Nightmare Phoenix link, so she can't die.
Okay. Ignore the Zealantis Nightmare Phoenix stuff. That's like annoying. If someone ends on that, I'm okay with that. But when people are ending on, freaking Appaloosa and then IP plus all this other bullshit, get out of here.
There are just some cards that they need to address that really don't have anything to do with info. So I definitely am liking this, and I will definitely apply Konami. I'm not someone who just bashes them and eternally.
Clap it up for Konami, man. They did a great freaking job.
This needs to be a trend. This needs to be like a one-time thing where you were like, you know, remember that time when info was coming out and Konami tweeted out about the ban list? Like, let this be a thing that they do every time we're going to get an FNL list drop. Like, maybe they could do it, I don't know, a month in advance. Like, that would be pretty good.
A month would be nice.
Players could make the decision, hey, do you want to start moving your stuff, or do you want to play it through, you know, the next 2 ICSs? Like, if you want to play through the next YCSs, don't be mad when the stuff is, you know, it drops in price. Or you can sell your stuff now and you can get out early, but, you know, you won't have it for these events. But
exactly.
Those are the things that I would want to see changed. You know,
Yeah,
Appaloosa.
I think we all want to see it.
Beatrice, the Eternal Lady, gone.
Gone.
Personally, I ban IP Masquerena, but some people say
Same.
that, you know, it's a little too early for, or it's not.
How the hell is it too early,
but
bro?
a lot of people don't think that they're going to ban Appaloosa and IP in the same ban list. But
They
I don't know,
should.
did it
They
for
should.
like 2 extra deck monsters last week.
Yeah.
So I think it could definitely happen.
They
Also,
should.
bring back Link Karibo. Come on now, Link Karibo didn't do anything.
Free the boy.
Let me know what you think of this.
Free the boy.
And is this a change that you want to see continue? Do you guys want to see this when? I mean, they don't have to do it for Rage of the Abyss, but they could do it for the set after Rage of the Abyss. Just at least 2 times a year, I think Konami should do something like this where they let us know what's going on, because communication is always good. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always.
Yep. And again, I'm always going to leave a like on the video. Shout out to Capital G. I pulled up a couple tweets just to show you kind of what everyone is thinking. So Lampy here says no list for NAWCQ and EUWCQ. Having that confirmed info is cool, but we got to see how cool that info format is going to be. Cool is a little bit of a, you feel me? Because like, bro, everyone's going to have Beatrice. There will be a couple decks that can kind of like sneak in, like Whitewoods, Runic, things of that nature. But again, unfortunately, we are going towards a full power Tier 0 format where there's like a lot of decks that are going to be OP. Yubel, Snake Eye, of course, the best. And then Branded can Gimmick Puppet U. We also have Farfa. No ban list, but communication. Okay, big, right? Really, really big. Big deal, big deal. We also have Simo. Of course, Simo, you know he's going to do his thing. We're excited to see how much you're all going to spend before Nats to buy our format warping secret rare cards just so we can ban them a few weeks later. Simo, I don't think they're going to ban info cards, to be honest. They're just going to ban the end board cards and deal with that. Because again, Fiendsmith is a really powerful engine, especially with the new TCG exclusive cards. But bro, Beatrice is what makes them bullshit, bro. It's any 2 monsters and you on that thing, Close Sky, things of that nature. It is broken. Like Close Sky is maybe one of them that they should hit, but just keep the rest because Close Sky is being used in a way that it should not be used, right? Very similar to Nightmare into Mermaid, right? We got Luke Von Karma. He said, a date? They're telling us when? Who am I? What world is this in? And shout out to Luke Von Karma, he's the real one. And then he said, I do agree with Simo that it's pretty frustrating that the communication we used to get all the time was taken away. And then there were a couple people just kind of like, you know, talking about like, oh yeah, this and that. Like, I'm pretty sure like one of these guys was just like, oh, is there a reason why? Yeah. So right here. So he was just like, do you know why the reason they took it away? And Luke Von Karma was like, I don't know the exact reason. And then DZ said, not to steal anybody's thunder, but when the ban lists were on a set date, it sometimes created a situation where the ban list was completely unnecessary. It's too early. For example, like a set comes out, blah, blah, whatever. So I think releasing a thing beforehand is kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna come out with the ban list, but again, we don't know exactly when, which is pretty good. In my opinion. Then there was another reason and things of that nature. Again, if you guys want to interact with them or share your opinion, just hit them up on Twitter. You guys can see that I have all their handles and everything as well. And then Califect, shout out Califect. I messed with him really, really tough. Like I messed with him in Capital G a lot. He said, I appreciate the update. I genuinely do. Thank you for communicating with your players because this is all that we really want, right? And this is a big thing that we want in the community. We want to be heard. And then again, we also have Galzo. They can communicate. Who knew? A little bit of satire, but again, I'm sure he means well in that regard. House of Champs, actual comms on the ban list. What is happening? Everyone's going crazy. DB Grinder telling us when the ban list is coming is a big W. I agree. It is absolutely a W. And then, like I said before, DZ did share his things as well, guys. But again, this was me, Hamza. If you guys like my reactions, let me know. Again, make sure you go to Capital G's video, leave a like on that. I'm gonna leave a link at the bottom of this hole. And again, check out Twitter. Check out my Twitter, guys. I'm so active on my Twitter. I only have 14 followers. Look, I have a viral post already. But again, my name's Hamza. Like I always say, guys, keep on shining everyone in your dreams. Peace.